blackened post neo retro.
It's too much.
Avant-garde folk death.
It's too much.
You're like, fucking what? Just fucking.
Had a conversation with some Kyle about that recently.
Kyle?
I was like, if you don't like the fucking song, just skip it. Why do you need it named, blackened post hardcore buffet?
Right.
Like, are you that lazy? You can't figure out what it is yourself?
You don't even know what your style is?
You need to search that specific thing to find the genre that you like because you're so narrow-minded?
Well, the fucking labeling thing comes from the record labels.
The record labels, yeah.
We need something to call it so we can market it. Where you should just I fucking play rock and roll.
And not only
metal.
that, there's so much
country now.
blending of things now that it's like...
Even you got outlaw country, you got pop country, you got fucking rap. Like, it's all, you got to slap a different fucking adjective on there.
But so in general, I don't necessarily have an issue with the genres, but we can take it too far because
that's my point.
Like, it's good to have something to describe it. Like,
you got more than three, though, is what I'm saying.
But yeah, like
blackened death metal.
Yeah.
You don't need to.
Because, like, when we're trying to tell each other about a band, we're like, you want to have something to, like,
psychedelic stoner rock. It's a little bit
this
different.
This is the lane it's in.
It gets way watered down and just in the weeds, and it makes no fucking sense. And then, you got these basement dwellers that Justin's talking about that are fucking, I only like squidcore.
But then you got, like, the fucking Ghost Iris, where it's metalcore. Because they got to call it something, but it ain't that.
Yeah, most metalcore nowadays.
Honestly, wouldn't know what the fuck. I mean, it's fucking metal. I don't know. Because when it said, I was like, metalcore, I was like, I don't want to listen to this.
But it's kind of metalcore to a point, and then once you listen to it, you're like, well, I kind of like this, but, I'll put my own label on it or name on it, but it's like...
Yeah, it's not metalcore.
Well, like I said, originally...
It's just a general...
Metalcore should have been what Hatebreed is, a fucking hardcore band that plays metal.
Yeah.
But it turned into... into clean singing switch hits with dirties. That's what metalcore is.
I mean, I even think, though, but I think that Killswitch Engage was metalcore. I mean, because you have the hardcore bands that incorporate some of the clean singing. They have, like, their call-out ballad type stuff. Like, it's not... They don't do it in every song. Right. And I guess that's the difference, is almost every Killswitch song has that. But
then it blew up and became marketable.
I still think that they very much were rooted in the hardcore much more than anything modern, like with metalcore right now.
Yeah, like them early
There's
bands.
Almost no hardcore left in any of the modern.
That's what I'm saying is nowadays, it's just metalcore is if you go chugga, you got to break down and you got clean and dirt. It's like, no, that's
not what it started out as.
Well, look at the brush that's over metalcore right now. You have bands like Ice Nine Kills and Motionless in White, and then you got like Imminence and The Plot and and none of these bands really sound the same at all.
Nah, it's what we do. I mean, we did it with new metal. I mean,
that blanket fucking term.
Yeah, there were so many bands that were totally different that were all just new metal.
They just have kind of elements that pull them into metalcore.
And now it's the resurgence of new metal. New metal it just spelled it funny, but it was just new metal, like literally.
Yeah, which is kind of like, that's what modern metalcore is right now.
It's like, what the fuck?
It should just be called modern metal or something. I mean,
all I know is death metal has always been death metal. Or you got wrong. Technical death metal. Melodic death metal.
Brutal death metal.
Brutal. That's it. You get one extra adjective of, like, the
technical brutal death metal.
Well, no, because then, death metal with hardcore is deathcore.
It's not, though.
I know it's not, but I'm just saying.
It should be,
this
but
is
it's
where
not.
The categories
they
go.
Just throw core on there.
Again, but that's another one that started that way.
Theatrical.
Like, if you go back to Suicide Silence, there was real hardcore elements in that mixed with death metal. But modern deathcore has almost no hardcore in it, other than maybe the breakdowns, which really come more from new metal than they do from the hardcore. So
we've talked about it on the deathcore episode. Like, you got Slaughter to Prevail and Lorna Shore, two of the bigger bands in deathcore, and they don't sound anything the same.
Yeah, Slaughter to Prevail is not death.
And neither of them have.
That's what they're labeled.
I know.
It's
it's like
crazy.
extreme new metal.
There's very little hardcore to be found in either of those bands either. You have
Lorna Shore.
With Lorna, you got like the black metal
with
influence,
all the symphonic stuff,
and then with Slaughter to Prevail, you have an overwhelming new metal influence.
Yeah, you do.
Like progressive black metal would be Lorna.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's weird, I mean, we throw this core on the end of everything, and the core comes
like baddie
from
core.
Hardcore.
Like, are you kidding? That's got to be the low point of naming stuff.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there was another genre that had core on the end until hardcore. There was hardcore punk. Like, that's how it started.
And then grindcore was after that.
And now we just put core on the end of every fucking thing. And it's like,
because hardcore is probably late 70s, probably hardcore started.
Country core is the thing.
Oh my God.
It's a real thing. I don't recommend you look it up, but it does exist. Just trust me. I made that mistake. There's some band called maybe Lakeview or something, I think.
Sounds terrible.
And it's like if Jason Aldean was the front man for a Genty metalcore band.
Bottom line,
country core should be fucking Spirit World.
Yeah, that would make sense.
You know what I mean?
there you go.
Goddamn chuggas and cowboy hats.
Genres are okay. Just don't take it too far.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, what the fuck? Listen to what the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Don't put a label on it. What kind of music you like? Good? Good music? Yeah, what the fuck? Good core.